Hey guys, what we're working on today is a 22 and a half, I believe, factory edition 250. We're working on finding an electrical issue. We have looked this thing over, tested everything, thought bad fuse, went through that whole thing. What we did is we power probed the system, and that was something I did on my own outside of the video. I wish I didn't even start doing these videos till that. But what we're doing, we've kind of figured out that we don't have 12 volts going to this ignition coil right here. Bam, that guy. That ignition coil fires the spark plug, which makes the combustion happen inside the cylinder. So now we're trying to figure out why we don't have 12 volts. Most common issue that I found with these things, and I had to fix my own bike, is right here. They've got a zip tie and it really pinches these wires, and I'm guessing we're going to find a wire that's loose in here. Commonly people just replace the wiring harness. The retail on this wiring harness is, I think, just shy or maybe just over $400. Chances are we're going to be able to find a broken wire in here and repair the wire, tape the harness back up, and the harness will be completely, totally fine. It'll probably actually, mine was taped kind of crappy, so really in all actuality I made mine better in my opinion. So, but we're going to pull this whole wiring harness out of here, and I'm going to show you guys how we do that. We'll probably speed up the video at some point in time if I can figure out how to do that on editing. But yeah, we'll just keep pulling this wiring harness out until we get it out, and we'll try to film where we even find the broken wire down the road. So. If you ever get confused, what I usually do is I mark every wire with tape. Just get yourself some painter's tape. Like this one, I'm just going to write ground attached to frame by seat. These are loose, hand tight loose almost. That one was a little tighter. Good crusty Lord. Oh my gosh. your air filter should not be stuck to your airbox. And it should probably have oil on it too. Got two little plugs in back behind here, back behind your right hand side cover. Get that out. Now we've pretty much got the whole back end of the harness out. See how long this lasts. We got rain out here, which is kind of cooling us down a little bit, but it might be loud on the video, so. Man, all the bolts are super loose. This thing really needed to be gone through. So, we're doing it now. As we go back together with this thing, I will be looking up, I'll double check all the torque specs on this thing, and we'll tell you what all the torque specs are on every bolt that we tighten going back together with this thing, so you guys have a good reference point. Rain's coming down pretty hard, so I think this is a good place to cut the video. But we'll be back and we'll get the rest of this thing out, and we'll show you how it all comes out. We'll try to find our wire and fix this harness. Hey guys, we are back to work on the KTM 250. We're going to try to get this throttle position sensor out of here and try to get this wiring harness out tonight. Tried a different camera angle. I'm going to try a couple different things, try to make this stuff better for you guys, or good for you guys. little cover here on the throttle body has 2 screws in it, and that exposes you to your throttle position sensor, which let me get out of there. Got that. Gotta go up here to get all this off. There's the one we're looking for. Little tiny Torx bit right here. KTM really does a really good job of organizing their wires and putting them in a place, so you're not just zip tying them to everything. I really do like that about them. Fortunately, they just made the wiring harness really tight right in this area, and that seems to be usually where our problem is. Go back so we don't have to look for it later. Move you guys over to the other side here. Alright, now that we got the silencer out of the way, we can get our positive cable. And our decompression. I believe what that is. Little tip, when I'm taking stuff apart, I like to put the bolt right back where it was if it's available. You get a lot of bolts in a lot of bags, even when you're marking all your Ziploc bags and everything. When you take these things apart, like sometimes you pull a Ziploc bag out with 10 or 12 bolts in it and you just get kind of confused on where it came from. So I like to put them back if I can. That should be the decompression. Oh, we got one more hanging on. One more and we're loose. Sometimes when these things are really dirty, it does help to, I like to spray a little bit of brake clean on the connector. And it just softens that plastic just enough that it'll just slide out of there sometimes. Fortunately, we don't have any today, so we're gonna raw dog it somehow. There she goes. Got it. Harness out. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up into two parts because I don't want this video to get too awful long and you guys to get too bored of me. So we got our harness out. Next video, we're going to start cutting this thing apart and find out where our broken wire is, or we are going to replace the harness, but we're going to try to avoid that. So we're going to start unraveling this and untaping it and everything. It looks like it might have even been taped up before. I don't remember. No, that's KTM tape. Okay. So yeah, we're going to start pulling this thing apart, try to find our broken wire in here, and go from there. See if we can't fix this harness and get it back in the bike and get the bike running.